Hello. Hello, hello. Hello, dear student. Please confirm me my voice is audible or not. Hello, hello. Hello, dear student. Please confirm me my voice is audible or not. Chaliye, now it is audible. So, dear student, very good morning to all of you. Today we are going to discuss about 21st July, the Hindu newspaper analysis. So how you can get this highlighted version of the newspaper that you can complete in 45 minutes. We call this as a infographics edition. To get that, you can simply scan this QR code and download our application. There will be premium infographics edition. You can get this, the PDF of that also. The next, those who are using iOS and iPad, so they can simply download the Class Plus application and use org code as PKRMEJ to get same PDF and same benefit everything. And you can also scan this QR code to join our Telegram to get all this PDF, MCQs, and daily mains answer writing question. Daily current affair also we are providing. That is a summary version of not only the Hindu, Indian Express, PIB, everything. So you can get it. So first important news is Kailash Mansarovar Yatra giving new impetus to the ties. This is what said by the Chinese envoy. So recently there is a improving in relationship between India and China. That is, China recently allowed the Kailash Mansarovar Yatra uh, uh, by the Indian pilgrimage. So China is preparing to discuss the redefining border management and control rules to resolve the issue around the disputed boundary with India after 4 years of military standoff at the line of actual control. Okay? So, after the Galwan Valley classes, we have seen so many deep in our relationship because so many reaction that is both sides are showing. But now we are improving our ties. So he expressed optimism and that revival of the Kailash Mansarovar Yatra inject impetus to ties and that direct flight could be launched soon. So now, from now onward, there might be possibility of direct flight between India and China. So next is rejecting the criticism of India's that the China support Pakistan during Operation Sindoor. So we know that there is a tacit support, or you can say open support, given by the China to the Pakistan, but Chinese they said that these bilateral ties are not targeting any third country. So that is what the Chinese position. They always deny the involvement. In reality, there is a highly involvement. Chinese people, they do something, they say something. So we should not trust on them. And he warned that the comment by the Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kiran Rijiju and other Indians supporting Dalai Lama's statement on his successor could friction between India and Chinese ties. So to a flurry of high-level visit. So recently we have seen there is a high-level visit from India to Shanghai Cooperation Organization meeting over, our Defense Ministry, Rajnath Singh, then security advisors, then next is External Affairs Minister is visited. And we are also expecting our Prime Minister also visit to the China. Okay? So on 31st August or September, 1st of September. Okay? So next is open to debate on Operation Sindoor in Parliament. So government has said that it is open to debate all these issues. So from today onward, the monsoon session is going to begin. So here, government said that they're open to debate all the issue that is we are facing. So next one is a tigress burning bright. So here this article is talking about how recently we have seen rising human animal conflict, and that is the reason there are so many losses of the people lives. So at least 25 people in Maharashtra Chandrapur forest circle have been killed in instances of human animal conflict. So whenever you are talking about wildlife conservation, why there is a declining of population, why there is a environmental, what are the impact of environmental degradation, you can use this as a point to explain that human animal conflict, as the climate change is going to increase, so the forest will be degraded, so that is going to increase the human animal conflicts. So attacks, especially by the tigress, so far this year, the key to mitigate such incident lies in the relationship between people's, tigers and government. Okay, so just read the incident, you will get a lot of things. The Tadwa Andheri Tiger Reserve, so it is located in Andhra Pradesh. So you have to map it. So you have to map it. So whenever you are finding any tiger reserve, national parks, wildlife sanctuaries, Ramsar site, you have to map and study something about that. What kind of ecology is there, what kind of environment is there, what kind of species found there, so that no need to pile off everything to revise before your examination. If you start reading daily something like that, so before examination you will have a lot of idea, there will be high chances that you will get high score as compared to others. Okay, so next is one village in the core area rest. So there is one village in the core area rest in the buffer. This area people have live fear of being attacked over the tiger in last 3 to 4 years. So these people are facing repeated attack from the tiger because they are staying in the core area. So cramped habitat. So when in little area, if there are too much of tiger are there, so there will be competition among the tiger. So tiger will be come out of their core zone and they will attack the habitat local area. Na? So the male tiger require a minimum range of 40 square kilometer. Today at least 4 tigers sharing that space. So that means our tiger are overcrowding. So the forest area has been remained the same, but it has fragmented by the urbanization, highway expanding village. So because of that, the tiger they are staying out of their core zone. So tiger involved in the conflict end of in the zoo, no reserve or national parks accept them. So whenever any tiger that in conflict that is killed some human being, so simply that tiger is end up in a zoo because no national parks and wildlife of that they are not accepting anyone. The tiger is killed for protection on the behest of her cub rather than attacking. So when basically most of the tiger or tigress they kill the human because they want to protect their cubs. Okay. So next important is the forest department is working on a war footing to prevent human animal conflict. We are interacting with the Gram Sabha to create awareness, taking initiative to reduce the dependence of village on the forest using technology to monitor the movement of tiger in sensitive area. Okay, the forest department officials believe to be the most attacked by the female tigers. So because female tiger believe that whenever people are surrounded by the female tiger believe that they might threat their calf. So that is the reason the female tigers start attacking people. So the problem lies in the buffer zone of Tadwa Andere Tiger Reserve. Okay, so just read it, you'll understand it a lot. Okay, so this article is talking about a lot of things. So with climate change, with rising population, we are going to see there will be declining area of all these protected areas. So that might promote human animal conflict more in the future. So this article is all about that. So next we'll go to the last page. So here the moon day. So if there is a question why moon day is celebrated or moon day is celebrated on one occasion, so remembering the leaf. So we have achieved a significant fit. So that is the reason we are celebrating moon day. So International Moon Day is celebrated on 20th July, commemorating humankind's first landing on the moon under Apollo 11 missions. Okay, 1969. So UN General Assembly formally recognized 2021 following the proposal made by the Committee on Peaceful Use of Outer Space. You have to remember this word, the COPUS, COPUS, Committee on Peaceful Use of Outer Space, COPUS, COPUOS. Okay, so this is a committee that is being established to ensure all our activity in outdoor space should be directed for peaceful purpose. It should not be used for militarization or other kind of things. Okay. The commemoration also aim to highlight the collective progress of all nations in exploring the moon. So the on this day, activity like public events, sky gazing, educational outreach. Sky gazing means studying the sky, and science competition are organized worldwide to inspire curiosity, foster interest in the space science, especially among the international observers. Okay? So just remember 20th July we observe as a moon days. So what happened, you can see about the firefighting, combat the fire in the pitland of Indonesia, where pitland are something they are partially when let's say the forest when they buried under the soil, So after some time, it converted into peat, and peat are flammable. So if there is a fire, they will create a lot of smoke, create pollutions to the environment, and it is very difficult to contain the spread of the fire. Okay. So next important article is mental fatigue can trick the brain into taking easy way out. So whenever you are mentally fatigued, you are overloaded. So I think you all know, whenever you are working hard for so long duration of time, after that, your mind becomes so much of stress that you are not involving tough tasks. Rather, your mind prefer easy tasks. So that is the reason, after let's say 8 to 10 hour of daily study, so you prefer social media scrolling, because it is not required much effort. See, that is what this article is talking about. So after a long days at work, it is easier to fluff on the couch rather than gym. Scrolling over the social media win over the reading a book. Over exhaustion brain favor easier tasks, even if according to the new study published. So even the sedentary work can feel exhausting when sustaining for hours together, like studying. This exhaustion is called as cognitive fatigue and built up with cognitive effort to maintain focus on the daily task. While cognitive fatigue affect the performance focus, new study has found that it also influence decision making by making easier preference. Na? Okay? So next, time for a break. So cognitive fatigue is a common symptom of many neurological and psychiatric conditions. So patients who have suffered strokes and those suffering from multiple diseases, like the given year, yet they manifest in this way. So that means whenever you are facing high amount of fatigue, that is the time for taking a break. Okay. So this is the conclusion. How can we avoid fatigue? That is key in our daily decision. Mindful about the breaks while we haven't directly tested. So next time you catch of yourself in a poor and easy choice while mentally tired, it's time for a break. So whenever you are tired, so you need a break. So that is the reason it is also very relevant for our exam also, UPSC preparation also. UPSC preparation or state PCS preparation is quite exhaustive. Sometimes you also need break whenever you feel like you are not having much interest, you are not able to concentrate. So that is the time you can take a break, you can do something that is enjoyable to you. Okay. So Russia open to peace with Ukraine, but achieve goal remain the priority. So after Donald Trump given a threat call and 50 days ultimatum for Russia to stop the war, USA President Donald Trump gave Moscow 50-day deadline to agree to ceasefire sanction. But Russia said that what Russia is saying. So Russia is open to peace with Ukraine, but achieving goal remain the priorities. Okay. So next is the Kremlin has insisted that any peace deal with Ukraine withdraw the four regions that Russia illegally announced, annexed in September 2020. That means Ukraine want that if any peace deal to be happen, then Russia need to be withdraw all their occupation. So it also wanted Ukraine to renounce its bid to join NATO. So Russia want that if the war to be ceased, then Ukraine should not join the NATO and accept the strict limit on the armed forces and demand Kiev and Western alliance to be rejected. That means there should not be any this is the Ukraine and this is the Russia. So what happening? NATO is moving eastward. So that created threat in the mind of Russia. So Russia is want that NATO should not, Ukraine should not include NATO, and Ukraine should not be included in the part of the Western alliances. Okay. So latest again, Russia forces have taken control of the villages of the Donetsk region. So in these regions are very important. You need to remember Donetsk, Luhansk whenever any conflict is going on, because in past also UPSC they ask multiple question on all these regions. So these regions are quite seen in news, located in which part of the world. So they are not going to say whether it is Russia or Ukraine. They will say that it is in Eurasia, it is in Africa, it is in Latin America. So you'll have to find the correct answer. Okay. So next is Putin meet the advisor to Iran, Khamenei, for nuclear talk. So we know that there is a conflict recently happened, Israel and Iran. Later USA joined to bomb the Iran, and now there is a talk so that there will be implementation of nuclear deal. So Russian President Vladimir Putin had a surprise meeting with the Iranian supreme leader Tehran. So Moscow cordial relation with Iran clerical leader and provide crucial backing for Tehran and did not swing forcefully behind its partner. So that means recently the war happened. So the Germans, Britain and French, they all wanted negotiation. So this negotiation that is called JCPOA, joint joint comprehensive plan of action being implemented by P5 plus German with Iran. Okay. So according to that deal, so Iran is right to have peaceful use of nuclear weapon. It cannot almost increase the concentration of nuclear more than 3.67%, and so it should not enrich, it should not contain more than 300 kg of enriched uranium, so that it cannot divert that for nuclear weapon. So next, there is a scam that has happened in coin D6, hit by 7378 crore security breach, 378 crore security breach, customer fund unaffected. So this is what said. So in this digitalized world, so we need to be very careful, because any cyber hack, any cyber crime can cause disruption, complete wipe out of the savings. So be careful before using all these things. Na? So next is annual share of abstention in Indian vote at United Nations reach all-time high. So if you look into the number of vote, number of times India been abstain, either given yes or no vote, you can see about our yes vote is declining and abstain vote is increasing. So why this is happening? Why our abstain voting is increased? Because we are living in a very polarized world where all the major power, they are pursuing their self-interest. They are not concerning about welfare of the other. In that backdrop, so instead of participating in this polarized discussion, India prefer to have abstain, so that clearly showing that we are following strategic autonomy. We are not in favor or against this polarized decision making. Like for example, you can see recently whatever decision US is taking against the Iran, this is polarized. Whatever decision taken in Russia in the Ukraine, it is also polarized. So if either we reject or you can select, that means we are either in for or against of them, but we are maintaining strategic autonomy. So we are not in favor of that polarization. So that is what our indication given by our this is what said by our ambassador. So next is NDRF trained dog used for in disaster operation. So our National Disaster Response Force, this is a force that is being established under the Disaster Management Act 2005. The force basically aim to disaster response. After a disaster, they will reach there and ensure that rescue, rehabilitation, and search operation there. So recently, they are planning to introduce the dog. So they will use Belgian Malinois and Labrador dog. So Malinois and Labrador. So that can identify the dead body from the body order, so that we can easily retrieve them. They also help in finding those who are trapped also. Dear student, you can scan this QR code to join our application. From there, you will get a lot of things. Okay. We are also providing Odisha specific current affair, Odisha specific infographic. You can scan it to get it. Okay. So next is the petition in Supreme Court seek effective, meaningful probe into the judge's case. So recently, we have seen an High Court judge of Delhi High Court. So in the resident of judge, huge amount of brunt case in found. So after that, Supreme Court given fact-finding committee found that the judges is involved in the corruption. So impeachment motion should be started. Okay? But so that is the reason. But thing is that this cases happen within the Delhi, and Delhi is under the jurisdiction of the central government. But central government and Delhi police, they have not filed any charge sheet. But if a common man involved in such act, so there will be severe case, severe penalty against that person. But when this cases involve any judges, so there is no cases. So that is what the petitioner is talking about. Okay. So next is minimum support gain to move for removal of the Justice Burma. So that means so to remove or impeach a judge from the High Court or a Supreme Court, so we need this is governed by the Judges Inquiry Act. According to that, you need either the 50% support of the 50 MP of the Rajya Sabha or 100 MP of the Lok Sabha. Then only it can be introduced in the Parliament. So already the motion for judge removal has to be signed no fewer than 100 MP in case of Lok Sabha and 50 in case of Rajya Sabha. So likely to be tabled in the lower house. Okay. So they are recommending removal of the Justice Burma. So the half-born currency notes discovered at the outer house of Delhi High Court Justice Burma by emergency service provider. So a committee of 3 High Court judges appointed by the Chief Justice of India, Sanjeev Khanna, before retirement, indicated that former CGI has referred matter to the after that they have referred the matter to the President of India for removal. Okay. So this impeachment motion is yet pending. So next important news is, so UK Prime Minister to visit India and Maldives. So our Prime Minister is going to visit the Maldives and then UK. So we are going to sign free trade agreement between UK and India. So Modi is expected to unveil Indo-UK free trade pacts. So the Modi ji is expected to unveil India UK trade pact and was announced in May. He may be invited for, the Modi ji is also invited to the Maldives. Okay, so Prime Minister Narendra Modi will embark on a two-nation visit to the United Kingdom and Maldives. So during the visit, United Kingdom Prime Minister is expected to unveil bilateral trade agreement that was announced by both sides on 6th May. So during this visit, Prime Minister will hold wide ranging of discussion on entire gamuts of issues. So if there is a free trade agreement between UK and India, it is going to promote our goods, and it is win-win for both. Okay, and India is also our Prime Minister is also participating the Independence Day parade of the Maldives also. So Nepal minister says that PM KP Sharma Oili is also going to visit, but after coming into power, so there is belief that our relationship between, there is not in good footing because after coming into power, so KP Sharma Oili preferred to visit to the China rather than visiting to India. So that is reason our relation has been not that good. So next is Kailash Yatra give a new impetus to the ties. So China willing to maintain communication with India through diplomatic and military channel and spirit of equal consultation and mutual open equal security for the refined border area management. Because we don't trust on Chinese, so whatever they are saying, just take this is a pinch of salt. So they promise a lot of things, but in reality, they simply backstab. Okay? So resuming the pilgrimage, Indian pilgrimage to the sacred mountain, Tibet is an important initiative taken by the Chinese to improve relationship between the two countries. Okay? So here they are giving a lot of things, but we should not trust on China. So take this as a pinch of salt. So what is the European Commission age check plan to keep children safe online? So recently European Union, they propose a ban. So all the website, there should be a age consent. If children below the age of 18, they should not have access to the content, adult content, pornographic content. So simply block. But there are people who are opposing that. This is being enacted under which act? It is given. Yes. So this is what called Digital Service Act. So they can ask about in UPSC also. Digital Service Act recently seen in news related passed by which country? So they can ask about Digital Service Act DSA. Okay? So European Commission is working on an age verification app that is meant to stop children from accessing unsafe content online while protecting privacy of adult internet user. Critics, however, claim that they come at a cost of user privacy. So for example, if you know that these children are under the age of 16 18, so then only you can target their advertisement also. So there is a scope for misuse of it also. So just read it, so you can find a lot of things. And dear student, those who want to join our mentorship program, you can scan this QR code to join it. Okay. So next important is, so temple of social justice. So this article is talking about how our temple are governed, and they go just read it. It's a very good article. You'll get a lot of insight. So recently, a political controversy erupted in Tamil Nadu on issue of diverting temple fund for building college. So recently, what happened? Some fund that is located in the temple that is being diverted for establishing a college. So so beyond the politics debates, the issue throw lights on the unique social justice model around the regulation of secular practices associated with the religion. So they go this religious, each and every religion there is two aspects. One is secular aspect, another is religious aspect. Secular aspect is about governance, and religious aspect is about the core aspect of the religion. So we should not regulate the core aspect. Rather, the secular aspect it can be regulated. So this model predominantly developed with the erstwhile Madras presidency drawn strength from 200-year legislation. So what is that? So religious endowment law. So through religious endowment and escheat regulation 1817, East India Company set off earliest legislation architecture around the regulation of religious endowment. So British India, they passed the law to regulate this affair, and they know that at that time British also faced a revolt of 1857. So that is the reason they simply don't want to interfere in the religious affair. So proclaim stating that sovereign should restrict interference in the religious affair. That means government should not interfere in the religious affairs. This was necessary as there was concern about loss of losing face after the 1857 revolt. However, the withdrawal of the British government from the religious affair was not complete. It was later on it is find that when there are a lot of law that being passed that is being clearly stated that if let's say temple is having surplus fund after its used for its management maintenance, that fund can be diverted for maintenance of social justice like education, health, welfare. So that is what. So after that, after independence, so Justice Party elected in 1920s One of the earliest legislative intervention by the Justice Party was Hindu Religious Endowment Act. When it was introduced in Madras Legislative Council, it faced opposition mainly due to provision law allow the surplus temple fund to be diverted for other purpose. But now it is accepted that all the amendment that is being made, it is always hold this position. Okay? So next, social justice legacy. So over last century, the self-respect movement, which emerged from the Madras, view the regulation of temples and oversight of their resources as critical feature of anti-caste reform. Without this, there would have been no temple entry legislation. So if we don't regulate the temple, so there might be some regressive practice they are talking about. Today, Tamil Nadu and Kerala are among the few states where government appointed priests from the backward class after prolonged struggle. Okay? So just read it, you will understand how our religious affair, how our temple are governed. Okay? So next, India can reframe the artificial intelligence debate. So we know that recently artificial intelligence debate is going on. It is being polarized by few countries. So next year there is going to be AI summit in Delhi. So in February 2026, and in 2025 the AI summit is held in the Paris. So this can be a very good opportunity. But in Paris summit, we have seen there is a divide between USA and China. On the other hand, there is a large number of countries, so they are not ready to accept the meaning, or you can say the terms of how we are going to use the AI. But next summit that is going to be used in held in India, so it can be very good opportunity. India can portray its position. We can use this as an opportunity to ensure development of AI for benefit of all. We should ensure that there should not be any AI divide. That should not be all the AI that is going to develop. It should be accessed by the both a developed and developing country. Okay, so this article is all about that. Just read it. Not much important except some summit that is being held on the AI. So next, a long list. So the designation of the resistance front as a terror group put more pressure. So what happened? The Pahalgam terror attack is happened. So after this attack, it is the resistance front who have claimed the responsibility for this attack. And now the USA, they designated the resistance front as a terrorist organization and foreign terrorist organization. So after that, it will put a lot of, and if you look into this functioning, so it is a front organization or even shadow organization of Lashkar-e-Taiba, just to prevent the this like it will give a Lashkar-e-Taiba a degree of deniability that they don't involve in this terror attack. But after designation of the terrorist, so it will put more pressure, and it can be a very good ground for India to put pressure for designation of such terrorists under the UNSC Security Council. So after designation of the terrorist as UNSC, so if Pakistan fund them, then in that case we can impose, international level country can impose sanction on the Pakistan. Okay. So next important is the reform cannot wait. Aviation safety is at stake. So this article is beautifully explained about different stakeholder that is involved in the aviation sector. So one is about the maintain. One is about the aircraft manufacturer whose responsibility is manufacturing of the and operation of the aircraft. Second one is ground handling staffs that include the pilot, cabin crew, and all this engineer involved. And third category person involved in the regulation. They are DGCA and all this regulatory, those who are ensuring the safety. But each and every stage we are facing threat. So because of that, any fault that is happened, it can be very dangerous. So this article is talking about that only. So and in past we have seen that if there is a aircraft, we need a minimum distance for aircraft to take off. But what happening now? We are developing the infrastructure housing around the airport in a congested route. So because of that, though our aircraft length is 4 kilometers, but we are not able to effectively utilize that length. So that is the reason there is high chances of that is the reason high chances of accident that is being happening very frequently. So this article is suggesting a lot of suggestions. So to improve that, you can just read it. Okay. So I think, dear student, this is all about the 21st July, the Hindu newspaper analysis. So dear student, if you like this video, please like, subscribe this channel, and it is your like, subscription and comment that really motivate me to provide. If you want any improvement, anything, so your comments are always welcome. So I'll have to end here. Chaliye, bye bye, take care.